Right then, hello, I am Ben Robertson. I am the Stockholm co-ordinator of Melodifestivalklubben OGAE Sweden. And in less than 2 weeks' time, I will be going to Amsterdam to watch Junior Eurovision. The first reporter from Melodifestivalklubben to be going there. I'll be blogging live from the arena and rehearsals, and I'll be trying to give you up-to-date information that you can find on the Melodifestivalklubben blog, that you can see up on the homepage Melodifestivalklubben.se. I will do a Swedish video of this soon, but this video is going to be in English, better language for me, better language for the world, and let's see how it goes. We've got to try and do our first tips before the contest on Junior Eurovision in lovely Amsterdam, and it's going to be my first Eurovision of any type. I'm very excited to go. Maybe sometimes I'm quite alone in actually enjoying Junior Eurovision, but actually maybe it's the teacher inside me, maybe it's the youth inside, I don't know, but it's a great competition and I hope it does go on further and further and progress to become a good selection of places to have hit songs. So anyway, there's 12 songs in this year's Junior Eurovision. Sweden has a song drawn number 2. We'll come to later on. We've got to play a bit of songs and then review them. This first one you got to listen to is from the Belarus. It's called Amore More. So the Belarus here have a very, very classic Junior Eurovision song. The kind of song that Russia nearly won it a couple of years ago, in fact, and I don't quite think up to that level that the Russians were at a couple of years ago, but it's a style that is going to score some points both from juries and from televoters. Remember that there's only 11 songs are given points to, so you're going to get some points everywhere, and I think it's going to get some televoters and some juries, some 8s and 10s. I think it's going to probably end up top half, but I don't think it's going to get any 12 points. I don't think it's going to have the strength to do that and take it any higher. My prediction for Belarus at the moment is going to be somewhere between 4th and 8th place in the final order. It'll do quite well, so we're very happy. Belarus is a great track record in Junior Eurovision, so it's probably a bit less than their average, but I think that's probably what they're going to aim for. Now, Sweden, as I said, been drawn number 2. Well, we use the word draw very carefully. In Junior Eurovision, only the first, the last place, and the host country are actually drawn, and the rest are split in 2 halves, and a certain production company making the contest will decide the winning order. Sounds a little bit similar to what might be happening for the first time in Eurovision this year. And I think Sweden might have got to taste their own medicine. The dreaded number 2 spot, the spot nobody wants in Eurovision, has gone to Sweden. Of course, there's no statistical impact on the running order, as some people say. Some people think otherwise, but for whatever reason, Sweden is number 2 with Mitt Mode from Robertson Group. Now there is a benefit here because Sweden has the only ballad of the actual contest, the only real true ballad of the contest. You could argue Armenia, but I think it's the only really true ballad of the contest. It might stand out for that. Draw number 2, advantages, disadvantages. It's probably a negative overall, but I don't really know how to call this. I went to Melodifestivalen. I found the whole process quite hilarious in how it was done, and I certainly think SVT could do a much better job of trying to run this competition like that. You go back to the glory days where kids 15, 16 now remember songs from Melodifestivalen in 2006, 2007. That's not going to happen with this contest at all. It was all very generic. So much so, even I was laughing through some of the songs just for the production quality in them. Will it get points from juries? I think it will. Televotes? Might get some. Are there any friends? No, Sweden's on its own. It's all ifs and buts, and I don't really know where to place it. I think it's going to get something from every country. I don't think it'll be last. I don't know if there's going to be any magic on stage. How much are they coaching over? How much are they going to get rid of the camera? How much are they going to create the feel on stage for this dramatic, sincere ballad? It's very difficult to see, and I'm quite flexible in Sweden's prediction. I think it could be anywhere from 4th to 11th. I don't think it'll be last. It could do very well as the only ballad standing out. I think a lot's going to depend on the rehearsal to see if any magic's there. It's very hard to pick the host countries where I'm from kind of prediction, and I'm really unsure this year. 3rd place is Molly Sandén's record for Sweden. I don't think it's going to get that high. Azerbaijan, song number 3, their debut in Junior Eurovision. Right, Azerbaijan. As you heard, that was in English there. That was the original version of the song in English. They had to submit another version with majority in Azeri. Well done, Azerbaijan, for following the rule book there. Well done for actually reading the rules before you enter a song into Junior Eurovision. Well done for finding a washed-up British producer who wrote Don't Stop Moving for S Club 7 back many, many years ago when I was a small child, had come and helped them produce their song. Azerbaijan do very well in Eurovision. Azerbaijan has lots of friendly people who could give it votes. No Turkey though and stuff like that. For me, the song goes nowhere. It's all very generic, already heard before. I don't think there'll be any chemistry on stage. I'm not hearing much. The production quality video wasn't particularly amazing. I don't think Azerbaijan is going to get the support it wants. I don't think the jury is going to give it any 12s or 10s. I think it will just be really boring by the final 30 seconds. It is Azerbaijan. It will get some points. It will be a top 10 again, but it's not for me run number 3 in the chance of winning. I would say position maybe from 8th to 3rd. 3rd being a very upper limit, I think, for Azerbaijan's possibilities in Junior Eurovision this year. So number 4 is from Belgium. Now that's Fabian there singing Abracadabra for Belgium. It's a dark horse, this one. That was it, a lot of support from the Dutch crowd. I think in terms of young boy is going to appeal to the mum vote, he's going to get some cute votes in there. It's a very catchy refrain, it's got a good beat to it, it's going to get people up and clapping. If that transpires across Europe in the dress rehearsal and the final, I think are both sold out now, if not they're very close, it's going to get support. It's probably a bit more real than Azerbaijan's entry, and I can see Fabian smiling his day for getting some votes there. Don't see it winning. Do see it being another good result in this Belgium. I've got a prediction at the moment from 2nd to 7th for Belgium. 2nd to 7th. So it'll be a top half finish, I believe, for the Belgians. Now to song 5 from Russia. Well, it's very, very, very modern. Still has a slight kind of instinct, still has a very, very good key change. I know people have liked it to be my guest in Ukraine this year. I don't hear it that obviously, as soon as the chord patterns are the same, but I'd actually argue in terms of a performance, this could be even better. This is definitely something that would not be a disgrace to be on a Eurovision stage at all. The Singularity has last year upset in Moldova, finished 6th, entered Russian final, won that. Real natural on the stage of a song like this. It's really, really modern, and compared to what you've heard before, it's actually up to date, it's bouncing through. Russia, superb Junior Eurovision track record, have only won once, I don't really know. This is it's not the favourite. It is probably, it's got to win. I would say it's probably going to get a record for potential vote, stuff like that. At the moment, assuming it goes well tonight, I can't see anything past Russia running away in a landslide here, even drawn 5. There's a couple of dark horses coming out and discuss as well, but Russia has it to lose at the moment, I would say. We'll go on to the next song now. Another debut, this time from Israel. I fear, however sweet this is, and however high in some of the polls I'm seeing around that Israel is, it could actually just be car crash territory. The 6th and 3rd is going to be very hard to look on stage. I think the melody's rather weak and rather hard to sing. 6 of them, they're all very different. There's one that's called, the other two are very hard for camera shots. There's too much to go wrong, I think, for me to see it going right, despite some of the fan support for it. Israel might just not get Junior Eurovision straight away. I don't see a good place. I'm going to call it bottom half of the table, somewhere between 7th and 11th. I'm going to call Israel. It doesn't do anything to me. It feels very contrived. Kids.il, purpose-made group, let the music win. Oh, yuck. It's like Rob Siegel wrote some of the lyrics to it. No. I think even Junior Eurovision is not quite that cheesy. Another debut is next. Albania. I think that's fair. I'm very, very sorry. You definitely don't get this, Albania. I think you'll get some points. They usually give you 12 points at the start of Junior Eurovision to get those. So you'll only get 1 from Armenia, because they ignore Azerbaijan. 1 from Azerbaijan, they ignore Armenia. 1 from Georgia when they ignore Russia. Now you bring it 14 points. 14 points is your target, I think, Albania, alright? Best of luck to you. Next is Armenia, in fact. Let's have a look and listen. Sweetie baby, well, it's got a nice draw. Anything after Albania, it's got to do well. Armenia's another country, strong track record in the contest. I see getting points from everybody, maybe not Azerbaijan. I think it might get some jury votes. There is some good instrumental parts going in there. It's going to raise people's aspirations. It's going to get the votes from the Netherlands, it's going to get the votes from the Belgians. It's not going to challenge for the lead in the contest this year. Somewhere between 4th and 8th, I think, for Armenia this year in the Junior Eurovision. Right, next up is the Ukraine. That was the Ukraine there, a song called Nebo. Common song we're seeing in Eurovision world at the moment. It doesn't do very much, and it doesn't look very much, and it's a bit too simple, and the Ukraine's not got a good record in this, and it's just a little bit too odd, I think, to do very well compared to the other stuff, similar to the sort of ballads that are in there. That more pure, that more ballady, to the other poppy stuff. It's kind of fit in the middle, it's never getting its folks' attention. Ukraine's got to be struggling for low points for each country. I've got to say about 6th to 10th for the Ukraine. Right, Georgia won the contest last year. Funky Lemonade. Funky Lemonade. There we go, that was Georgia. Funky Lemonade. It's one of these Georgian purpose-made Junior Eurovision songs with seemingly gobbledygook kind of rhymes coming in everywhere, even though it's language and it's really bouncy, and they've got great stage presence. They've done really well finding these girls and this guy once again. I object a little bit to how sexy they kind of made the video. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm very excited and interested to see how this works on stage. The Georgians always do bring a good stage show though. I don't see this being any different. If they can perform to the cameras in the video, can they perform to the cameras in the arena and sell this again? Great draw position. Georgia, and know what they're doing here. Could win, but I'm going to say it's probably got to be 2nd or 3rd. I think Russia will take too many 12s away from them. But Georgia is in there with a shout too. Let's go to Moldova next. So this is Moldova here we're listening to at the moment. Listening to that after Georgia, it just feels so backwards musically. It doesn't have the progression, doesn't have the piano, doesn't have the infectiousness, the bubbliness of the performers. It's a bit weaker and pleasant, very sweet, and has some support. Not going to stand out to get any high points from juries, televoters. Moldova, 6th last year. I think they might be 7th or 8th, to be honest. If you've been generous, I'll give them 5th to 9th. Don't see it getting higher than the 6th place they got last year. Right, so the final country, the Netherlands, and the hosts draw the last lucky people. Tick-tack-tick. So the Netherlands here, they've had the classic Eurovision case of sending the wrong song. Tic Tac Tick is very sweet, very lovely. It's not going to stand out compared to the other female kind of poppy songs in this contest at all. They had a boy band called Main Street. Hugely popular, won the Dutch televote, didn't get it from the juries. Yes, they're 13 and 14. Yes, their voices are breaking. Yes, their song's a bit of a dated boy band key change ballady kind of thing. It would have got the media attention. It would have stood out among all of these. It would have given the Dutch a chance of winning it this year, I think. This doesn't prove it at all. Points from Belgium. Not going to get anything more than that, really. Get some good host remarks. Netherlands says Moldova 5th to 9th, I believe. It should be Russia's to run away with, I believe, this year in the Junior Eurovision. It's not the strongest year for Junior Eurovision by any means. It has gone a long way. These songs don't do the contest justice, I believe, really. I believe and I hope that it does keep on going. I think there's potential for that. What's happened now is that hopefully when I'm in Amsterdam I'll be able to give you predictions before the contest, see what's been up in my estimation, see what's gone down. But at the moment it looks like Russia all the way. In Sweden does have every chance. We're very interested to see the staging. Can they make this magical feel that the text has, this real deep inner courage that the song's about? Can it show that on the camera? It's going to be difficult. Challenge for Christian Björkman and the whole of the Swedish delegation to try and do. It'd be great to have Sweden improve in their third place finish from 2006. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about Junior Eurovision. See you all soon. Take care.